Hello everyone and welcome to the walkthrough to Thinking with Time Machine, a Portal 2 custom mod. Now, unlike other Portal 2 custom maps that are directly available through the Portal 2 workshop and are linked directly to the game, this one has to be downloaded separately, but it can be found in the Steam store for free if you own Portal 2. So it functions pretty much like another Portal 2 custom map, but you have to start it separately from Portal 2. Now, as of recording this, 19th of April, it's still on the front page for new released games. So if you open Steam, it should be still on the front page in new releases. So before I go into anything about the game itself, let's just watch the intro. As you see, this game starts off where Portal 2 left off, but it's not an official game. Like I said, it's a custom map made by fans. The reason why this custom map is not directly linked to Portal 2 and is its own game is because it uses certain assets, certain mechanics, abilities that you gain as a player that are not really put into Portal 2 that easily, and it's a lot easier to just make it its own sort of game and implement them that way. The main gimmick of this game is, as you might have probably guessed from the title, is working with a time machine. Now, it's not really traveling through time, more or less. It's recording something that you have done onto a device and then playing it back. And with this, you can create a clone of yourself that repeats certain actions that you have taken. And you can use that playback clone to solve the puzzles. And now for the first few tutorials, you have a little monitor that tells you what to do and what buttons to press. So there's 3 buttons that you can press. The first one is start recording, which is R on default, then stop recording, which is Q, and play recording back, which is F. So I recorded myself standing on the button and played it back, which allows me to press the button from afar. And you also have a little thing down there which gives you some information about what's happening to the time machine right now, but it's not really that important. I basically never look at it. That's how unimportant it is. But it's a really nice touch to the game. I think it adds a bit to it. Now, the technique that you're going to be using a lot is the boost. Start recording, crouch down, wait a bit, go up again, stop recording, and then play it back. The important part right here is that you start recording while you stand and then crouch. If you start the recording while crouched, the game is a little bit confused because it will always put you in the standing position first. So if you crouch, start recording, and then play it back, you will still be standing when you start it, so that's a problem. So just always start recording while standing. So this puzzle, the video tells you how to solve it. I'm just going to tell you anyway. Just stand right here, start recording, press the button. So it's going to seal you in here and it's going to produce a box. We need that box. Put on the button right next to it. Then we stand over here and wait a bit. And while you wait, you see those little icons? They tell you what you've done while you recorded. So I start recording right there. I'm going to walk over here. I'm going to play it back. You can also see some more little notifications right here to see what your clone is going to do and which points of time. There's another puzzle that tells you how to use portals while you use your abilities with the time travel. Now, first off, if you start recording, it's going to destroy all your portals. That's the first thing. The second thing, you can still use portals with your clone. I'm gonna put them right there, and I'll give myself a little bit of time because of something else. Now, something else that you have to keep in mind is if you have portals open and then start recording, all portals are gonna close. So you need to start recording first and then open portals. Now this is the reason why I gave myself some time, because if when the recording stops, all portals that were placed by your clone will disappear immediately. Always make sure that when the recording stops, you don't need the portals anymore. That was it for the tutorial. Now let's get on to some meat. This one right here, pretty simple chamber. Just give yourself a box. So this one isn't on a timer, don't worry. Box down. And now we need to get up onto that platform and then activate this button. So stand here, start recording, crouch down, uncrouch, and then stand on the button. Now if you want the boost to be easier, you can actually stand where your clone is right here. You can pass through it, but as soon as he crouches and you jump, you land on his head. That's really nice help. So you don't have to get away from him and then go back. Now, you want to use portals just to get this box right here. Let's actually put it over here. Don't worry, if you get trapped down here, you can always use portals like this to get back up again. And that was another chamber. Still very easy, but, you know, we're just trying to get used to how to use the time machine. Now we're on to a little bit of story. The only bit of story that's in this game, but that's not really a big deal. Now, you can see there's nothing in this room right now. Just some faith plates. We need a box. Let's press this. Oh, gramophone. Look, it's a Borealis. And before going in there, just for show. Yeah, it's pretty cool, isn't it? Now, we're not going to be tapping into the secrets of the Borealis in this game. It's not an official game anyway. So, let's go over here where we see a shut down GLaDOS. We also hear Atlas and Peabody talking to each other. Now this right now it's not really a test chamber in that sense, so it's just some story that you have to listen to, and you can't actually go on until these two have stopped talking. You can place portals all over these places, but it doesn't really matter. You have to wait for this door to open, which is going to open as soon as they stop talking. Apparently they shut down GLaDOS and they're doing some weird shit, but whatever. Doesn't really matter anymore. Now, we have to get into this room right there because it's going to have some weird controls that we can use, and we can use these controls to finish the chamber. Now, if you go in here, some stuff is going to like keep flashing. For example, this keyboard, and tells you what to do. So press the keyboard, shows a little recording, you have to watch that. Sorry. Shows you how GLaDOS was shut off. Then you have to click this, read the message. Something about we need to find a time machine and travel back in time. And now we have access to the controls for this room. Now nothing of this is actually of note apart from two things. First, this aerial faith plate over here needs to be turned on, and the door needs to be turned on. The rest doesn't matter at all. So as soon as you both the faith plates are on, the faith plate is on to begin with, so if you don't turn it off you're alright. But you need to make sure that the door is also open, which is something that you have to change if you go into that room. It's the only thing you have to change, just the door. But just be careful not to turn off the faith plate while you're at it. And that's it with the story so far. Time for some more chambers. This chamber is also quite simple. Start off by going over here and boosting yourself over this. Don't need to uncrouch, you can just jump over like that. And over here we get 2 things. 2 and encouragement redirection tubes. We're gonna get both of them over there. We need one of them on this side, but there's a sizzler right here, so we can't put it over here. And once again, we need to get over. Do this. And now let's solve this. This one's gonna activate the laser. Oh, what a weak throw. It didn't fizzle, cool. To get back, you can just jump over there. You don't actually need to record yourself again. You can just use the box for that. Pretty simple. Now, in this chamber, our goal is to deliver 3 boxes through this shaft down to the other side, and someone down there, well us, will have to catch it. Now, right now the problem is that whenever a box gets a little down here, it'll like bounce around and land on a different spot each time. So when we record this, we'll have to make sure that we position ourselves in a way that the boxes will get grabbed every time, no matter which position they drop. So we stand around here, start recording, move like this, and put yourself in the center of it. It'll always grab the cube if you do it correctly. Over here, center. Go over here, center. And that's that. Now that we've recorded, we go down here and wait for ourselves to deliver it. Start recording right here. Be careful not to fall down, that would be bad. There comes the first one. And the second one. And of course the last one. If you miss one of them, don't worry. You can go back up again, try it again. You also don't have to get all 3 of them at once. Okay, that was a really bad throw. You can also get all 3 of them, like, each on their own. But there's really no reason to just try and get all 3 of them at once. There's nothing you can really do wrong in that room. Now, this room... Okay, it's this one. This room is very boring. I'm just gonna tell you what to do, and then you can skip ahead if you want to. So, but first off, there's a button right there on the top. It's actually pretty hard to see. You might not notice it's there on the first time. So go over here, crouch, boost ourselves up, stand in ourselves. This is a really nice trick here to get this very quickly and simple. Simply, whatever. So this will drop a box on the left side, not on the right side, on this left side. And our goal is to get the box to the other side, so we're gonna have to get it through there because we can't really get it anywhere else. By the way, I've tried tossing it over, it doesn't work. So first off, I'm gonna just grab it and put it down again, just so the thing here just goes back into the ground. It makes it simpler this way to record it. So start recording, pick up the box, get it over here, don't walk into it, just put it like this, stop recording. Now that you've stopped recording, you need to put the box back where you found it, because when you start the recording again, you need to make sure that your clone picks it back up again. And where's it gonna pick it back up? Over there, of course. So I'm gonna run back and start the recording right here to save myself some time. And there we go. Now, there's something you have to keep in mind, and I'm gonna show you next time I do this. Okay, put it on a spot that you can recognize, like the 3rd cross right here. Start recording, pick it up, put it over here, wait a bit, stop recording, and put it back where you found it, right here. Now, what I'm trying to show you is, if you grab the box from your clone, it's actually gonna fall a little bit before you actually grab it. So don't put it too close to the ground or it'll actually touch the sizzler. Watch it. You'll see it like falls for just a tiny bit. Now this way you can feel free to skip ahead, because you need to go back and do exactly the same again. Okay, pick it back up so it goes down. Start recording. Pick it up, go over here. Stop recording, go back. And we're just gonna do the same thing again. Until we're back on the other side. I don't know why they did this, because if you can get there, you can probably get back to where you came from using the same method. But it just takes some time, and it's not very fun doing the same thing over and over again. Especially when you need to like do stuff like put it on a spot that you can recognize and record the same thing over and over again. That said, it's not, you don't have to do it that often, but I don't think the way back was still, I still don't think the way back was necessary. I ended this recording very early. Let's not fuck it up. Okay. And we shoot it back there, and at least they stop the fields there right now, so we can just move like this and then we go back to the start again. On to the next chamber. This chamber is rather interesting, because, well, first off, let's actually just grab this button over there, which once again, it's not that easy to see the first time. So start recording, crouch, uncrouch, stop recording, and play back. There we go. Gives us a ball and a cube. Now, what I want to show you is there's these receptacles on the ceiling, and in Portal 2 you usually needed a force to push the ball against the receptacle. You don't need this in here, they're actually magnetic. So if you just toss them up there, it's gonna work. Now, to get to the other side, and we actually what we want to do is, there's a portable surface over there. By the way, these can't be portaled on, these can be. I don't know, they look almost the same, and this is probably my biggest grief about this game, that the portal surfaces and the not portable surfaces look almost the same, but that's not really important right now. Now we want to get the portals there and there, but we also need to stand on this button to deactivate a fizzler right in the middle of it. So we stand on here, record, and then we wait. We need to get ourselves some time to be able to walk back through this sizzler before it comes back online again. So we go over here, just a little demonstration, start the recording, it's going to break the portal, so that's why we need time. Well, I gave myself plenty of time. Okay, now that we've done this, what we want to do is we want to get the box back. Simple enough. And there's also another receptacle over here, just toss it up there. By the way, I'm doing this by yanking the mouse upwards while jumping and then pressing E again. And that's that. Now, these two buttons, we've activated these two, and this one down here, all three of those need to be activated. Oh, and that one up there. Sorry, I forgot about that one. We can just take this thing down here, take the ball down again, toss it up there. Hopefully it sticks to the right side. Oh, come on. Okay, that was one of the three ones. So this one, and this one on the ground here, deactivate this one down there. So, just once again, record yourself again, stop recording, play it back. And now we're at the end. The only thing that's left to do is open this door, and this door is open with the receptacle up there. Now, conveniently enough, the ball is right there, so we're just gonna boost ourselves up there. Start recording. Whoops, that won't work. Start recording. You always need to give yourself a little bit of time sometimes. Sometimes I rush it and end the recording too early, because I'm really impatient. That gets you the ball. Be careful not to touch the door with the ball, because it will actually fizzle the ball, and that's really bad. Also, this abomination cube, you don't ever need it. I don't know why it's there. Probably just for show. Now this puts you in a very wide open room right here, but you can't actually do anything. You can't walk through there, and there's nothing to portal onto. So the only thing we need to do is to jump down here, which gets us to where we need to go. This puzzle is very interesting in that you need to get 2 cubes, put them on both these, and then stand on both of these with yourself and the clone. Now, if you press this button, boxes are gonna appear on these sides, and the systems on the floor are gonna disappear. So you need to quickly get a clone to bring a box back and stand on one of these platforms, and then do the same ourselves while the clone does it. And we both my clone and myself are gonna do that at the same time, and at the end I'm gonna be able to stand here and portal myself over there. Now, in order to do this very quickly, I'm gonna demonstrate it first. I'm gonna record the clone for the right side. Okay, go over here, start recording. What I want to do is I want to put a portal there, go around this pillar, put a portal on the other side, pick it back up, and then go over here and wait. Now, the reason why I used portals instead of just running around is... Okay, stop recording that. Is if you just run around the pillar after you've pressed the button, you're wasting too much time. By using portals, you only have to go around the pillar once, and it saves a ton of time. So now that I've recorded the right side, I just do the same here, and now I start recording. You see, I'm recording, and let's both do the same. Okay, quickly do this before the timer ends, and we're done. And that's the hard part about this. The rest is pretty simple. Back in the main room. My mouse is always off when I do this. I don't know. Something also about this game I don't think was in the real Portal, unless I fiddled with the options, which I don't think I did, is when you're zoomed in, for some reason my sensitivity goes haywire, or whatever. So you just go into this portal and wait to shoot back out again, because you need to press that, and pressing that will activate this faith plate. Now, there's a box up there, and I didn't grab it because I wanted to show you what happens. If you still have your portal, you're fine. You can just go back into here. You won't have enough height for this, but it's okay. You can just go back to this faith plate. However, if you don't grab... compass like this, by the way. If you don't grab the box and you somehow manage to fizzle your portals, you're actually gonna have to do the puzzle again. The puzzle down there, you're gonna have to do it again. If this portal down here is gone, and this portal down there as well, you're gonna have to do this puzzle down there again, because there's no way to actually get back to the other side. So keep that in mind. Also, don't accidentally miss this portal and fall down there, because it's gonna fizzle your portals and just start doing the puzzle again. So just don't accidentally walk backwards into it. Now, you can just go upwards through the portals again, like it did with the switch, and then just, instead of hitting the switch, press forward to land on the edge. We're gonna try and get this via air strafing. Done it. Okay. This is just a quicker way to do it, okay? Just record yourself there again, playback. Air strafing is a technique where you waddle around like left and right in mid-air, and it actually gives you, actually makes you fly further forwards, and you can use that to reach the ledge like this, but it's not required or anything. It's just a little thing on the side that I did there. Now this room, for some reason, is incredibly easy, and I have no idea why it is. So this will deactivate some fizzlers over here, and I'm just gonna save this box for now, because this fizzler right here is gonna come back. And then I can just portal myself with these portal surfaces back to where I pressed the button. Now you can also do this via something else. You can also record a clone picking up the cube and then walking back to here, and then you stop the recording here with the cube pointed at the sky, because you can't actually put the cube over here, it's gonna fizzle. Then you press the button and record it back. The clone is gonna walk towards you right here, it's gonna walk towards you, and you can pick up the box and put it over here before the fizzlers come back. It's sadly not enough time to press the button, go to the box, pick it up and walk back again. I've done a lot of talking about this room, but the room is actually over right now. You just do this, go over here, and do the same for this side. And the room is done for whatever reason. I really have no idea why this room is the way it is. Maybe it's not finished. Maybe it's a joke. I don't quite get what this room is doing here. I would understand if this room was like the first or the second room, but this is after a room that was quite interesting, at least in the lower part. And something like this, I don't know. Just a little something. Now this, however, is the exact opposite of the room you were just in. This room has a really strict timing and is quite hard to pull off, even if you know how to do it. So let me first explain you how this room works, so you get a sort of an idea of what you're supposed to do. Now, to open the door, you need to press two buttons, one for a box and one for a ball. Now the ball needs to go over there, and if you press this button, it's going to spawn your ball over here. So obviously you'll get this ball over to this side. Now there's fizzlers that appear over here, so you need to juggle it like this, okay? Now you juggle it around this side as well, and then juggle it back over here. This might fail. Okay, no it didn't. Now the problem is there's a fizzler right here. The fizzler gets deactivated by this button, and the fizzler over there gets deactivated by the button on the other side respectively. So what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to record a clone doing its thing on one side, like activating the button, getting the item, juggling it over the grates over here, and then putting it on the other receptacle. And we're gonna have to do that for both, and after we've recorded one side, we just play it back and then do the other side ourselves. Problem is, the ball appears very quickly. The box takes some time to appear, and all in all, grabbing the box and getting it over to the receptacle, it just takes too long compared to how long the ball takes. But we have to get both onto them at the same time before one of the buttons runs out. So in order to do this, there's portalable surfaces right there. They're very hard to see because they look exactly like the other surfaces, but these ones here, you can portal on them. And we can use this to make the track for the cube easier. Instead of, we're going to take the ball around the side like I showed you, but we're going to take the box through the portal like here, and then put it onto the receptacle here. This makes the track for one of them faster, and gets both times closer to each other, which allows us to solve both at the same time, or at least close enough to reach it. Now this might take some time, this might save some tries even if you know how to do it, so don't bet on me getting this the first time. So, let's record this first. Start recording. Press button. Okay, let's restart this. Start recording. Press button. Put portal. Oops. I have some time left. Okay. Over here, this will break the portal. So keep in mind that next time you do this on the other side, you're gonna have to be quick about it. Oh, this is very close. You already noticed that the fizzler over there came back online again very soon after I put down this orb. So hopefully it's quick enough. It might not be. Okay. Now, when you start the recording, just play around a bit. I'm just gonna press this button and start recording at the same time, and hopefully it's quick enough. It might not be. Okay, that's very nice timing actually. The portals appear right after we went through it. Okay, this should be alright. Come on. Okay, just barely. If the timing is not alright, if you want to, you can try and re-record your left side and see if you want to fizzle the portals quicker, or if you want to give the portals more time before you destroy them. Also, on the right side, you can try and start the recording at different times. Maybe start the recording earlier, before you press the button, maybe start recording later after you've pressed the button. Just play around a little bit and see what kind of timing you need in order to do this. It is very close, as you saw, and it might take some fiddling around, but in the end you should be able to get used to it and finish it. Speaking about finishing, this was actually the last room. So now it's just a little bit of story and the ending. All in all, a really nice, quick little game. Free if you own Portal 2, so I don't see any reason to not go for it. So, put the time machine down here, opens up a time portal, and once we go into the time portal, it's gonna be over, and I'm gonna let you watch the ending. Hope you enjoyed it. See you next time.
What? Why are you still here? You are free.